Maya and Arjun always wanted a garden. Ever since they were children, they both had a fascination with plants and nature. They dreamed of having a space where they could grow their own vegetables, flowers, and herbs. They imagined a place where they could relax, surrounded by the beauty of their own creation. Moving to Saskatoon, a city right in the middle of the Canadian prairies, made that a little tricky. Saskatoon is known for its vast, open landscapes and harsh weather conditions. The prairies are beautiful, but they can be challenging for gardening. The soil is often dry and the weather can be unpredictable, but Maya and Arjun were determined to make their dream a reality. Their new house had a small backyard, just a patch of grass about 20 by 30 feet. It wasn't much, but it was enough for them to start their garden. They saw potential in that small space. They knew that with a little hard work and creativity, they could transform it into something beautiful. It looked tiny compared to the huge, wide-open prairie around it. The vastness of the prairie made their little patch of grass seem even smaller. But Maya and Arjun didn't let that discourage them. They saw it as a blank canvas, ready to be filled with life and color. Saskatoon winters are long and cold, and summers are short and you never know what you'll get. It's called Zone 3. This means that the growing season is short and the weather can be harsh. But Maya and Arjun were up for the challenge. They did their research and learned about the best plants to grow in their climate. They knew it wouldn't be easy, but they were determined to succeed. Friends and neighbors weren't so sure anything would grow there. They warned Maya and Arjun about the difficulties of gardening in Saskatoon. They told them stories of failed gardens and plants that never bloomed. But Maya and Arjun didn't let that discourage them. They believed in their dream and were willing to put in the effort to make it happen. But Maya and Arjun weren't worried. They had a vision for their garden, and they were confident that they could make it a reality. They spent hours planning and researching, learning about the best plants for their climate and soil. They knew that with patience and hard work, they could create something beautiful. They didn't see problems. They saw a chance to make something amazing. They saw an opportunity to create a space that was uniquely theirs, a place where they could relax and enjoy the beauty of nature. They were excited about the possibilities and couldn't wait to get started. This little patch of prairie was going to be their masterpiece. They envisioned a garden filled with vibrant flowers, lush greenery, and fresh vegetables. They imagined spending their evenings in the garden, enjoying the fruits of their labor. They knew it would take time and effort, but they were ready for the challenge. This was their dream, and they were determined to make it come true. Maya and Arjun started learning everything they could about gardening. They were determined to transform their barren backyard into a lush, thriving garden. It wasn't just about planting seeds, it was about cultivating a dream, a vision of what could be. They spent countless evenings poring over gardening books, their living room table piled high with volumes on soil health, plant varieties, and seasonal care. They read tons of gardening books, especially ones for Zone 3. Zone 3, known for its harsh winters and short growing seasons, presented unique challenges. But Maya and Arjun were undeterred. They meticulously noted down tips and tricks, from the best planting times to the hardiest plant species. They learned about the importance of soil composition, the benefits of composting, and the necessity of proper watering techniques. They looked online too, where other prairie gardeners shared tips. The internet became a treasure trove of information. They joined online forums and social media groups dedicated to gardening in their specific climate. They watched countless videos, from tutorials on building raised beds to time-lapses of garden transformations. They even reached out to experienced gardeners, asking for advice and recommendations. They learned about tough plants that could handle the weather. Prairie plants, known for their resilience, became their focus. They discovered varieties like the purple coneflower, black-eyed Susan, and prairie dropseed, all capable of withstanding the region's extreme conditions. They also learned about companion planting, where certain plants support each other's growth, and the benefits of native plants in promoting local biodiversity. They found out about raised garden beds, which help plants stay warmer and drain better. Raised beds offered numerous advantages, from improved soil quality to better pest control. Maya and Arjun spent weekends constructing these beds, carefully selecting materials and ensuring proper drainage. They filled them with nutrient-rich soil, ready to nurture their future plants. They even got excited about vertical gardens which grow up instead of out, saving space and looking cool. Vertical gardening opened up new possibilities, especially for their limited space. They envisioned walls adorned with cascading flowers and vegetables growing in tiered planters. They researched different structures from simple trellises to elaborate green walls and began planning their vertical garden layout. With every new thing they learned, their garden dream became clearer. They sketched out detailed plans, mapping out where each plant would go, considering sunlight, shade, and wind patterns. They debated the merits of different irrigation systems, from drip lines to soaker hoses. Their evenings were filled with animated discussions, their excitement growing with each new idea. They were going to make a garden that surprised everyone, a beautiful, tough garden that could handle anything. Their vision was not just of a garden, but a sanctuary, a place of beauty and resilience. They imagined a space where they could relax, surrounded by the fruits of their labor, a testament to their hard work and dedication. They knew it wouldn't be easy, but they were ready for the challenge, fueled by their passion and determination. Excited and ready to go, Maya and Arjun embarked on their gardening journey with enthusiasm and determination. They had always dreamed of creating a beautiful, sustainable garden that would not only provide them with fresh produce, but also serve as a sanctuary for relaxation and connection with nature. Maya and Arjun got to work. They started by clearing the area, removing weeds, and preparing the soil. It was a labor-intensive process, but they were committed to making their dream garden a reality. They knew that the foundation they laid now would determine the success of their garden in the future. They measured and marked where their raised beds would go. Precision was key, as they wanted to maximize the space and ensure that each plant had enough room to grow. They spent hours planning the layout, considering factors like sunlight, water drainage, and accessibility. Their hands got rough, but they kept working. The physical labor was tough, but it was also rewarding. They could see the progress they were making, and it motivated them to keep going. They took breaks to rest and hydrate, but they always returned to their work with renewed energy. They cut wood, mixed compost into the soil, and made paths with smooth stones. Each task brought them closer to their goal. The compost enriched the soil, providing essential nutrients for their plants. The stone paths added a touch of elegance and made it easier to navigate the garden. Tall frames for their vertical gardens started going up. These structures would allow them to grow more plants in a limited space, making the most of their garden area. They carefully constructed the frames, ensuring they were sturdy and secure. They picked colorful perennials, flowers that come back every year. These plants would add beauty and color to their garden, attracting pollinators like bees and butterflies. They chose a variety of flowers, each with its own unique charm and fragrance. They planted vegetables, herbs, and even some fruits. Each plant was carefully selected for its ability to thrive in their climate and soil conditions. They envisioned a garden that would provide them with a bountiful harvest, filled with fresh, organic produce. Every step they took was filled with hope and excitement. They knew that their hard work would pay off, and they looked forward to the day when they could enjoy the fruits of their labor. The garden was more than just a project, it was a dream come true, a testament to their dedication and love for nature. Spring arrived, a little slow at first, then bursting with color. Tiny plants poked up through the soil. The garden was buzzing with bees and butterflies. Summer brought a wave of growth. Sunflowers stretched tall, like they were trying to touch the sun. Tomatoes grew bigger and bigger. The air smelled wonderful, like basil and mint and roses all mixed together. Autumn turned the garden into shades of gold and red. Big orange pumpkins sat among the changing leaves. They had grown so much food. Jars of pickled vegetables and sweet jams filled their pantry, a taste of summer to enjoy all winter long. They shared their harvest with their neighbors, and their garden brought everyone together. The garden became more than just food and flowers. It became a place to live and enjoy the outdoors, like part of their house. They built a wooden bench under a climbing vine. They sat there in the evenings drinking herbal tea and watching the sunset. Friends and neighbors loved visiting the garden. It was always full of laughter and talking, just as lively as the flowers. As the days got shorter and the snow started falling, the garden got ready for a long winter nap. The bright leaves dried up, leaving bare branches against the white snow. But even sleeping, the garden was pretty. A bright red bird sat on a bird feeder, a splash of color against all the white. A protected corner with evergreen plants and winter flowers added a little bit of life. The garden taught Maya and Arjun important things. They learned to be patient, to keep trying, and how good it feels to take care of living things. They learned that even in tough places, beautiful things can grow with a little love and a lot of hard work. The garden showed how strong they were, how they could change and grow just like their plants. As spring came closer, everyone felt excited. Under the melting snow, new life was waiting. Everything would start again. The garden, a reminder of how powerful nature is, would bloom again. And Maya and Arjun's dreams would keep growing too, right there on the Canadian prairie.